Alright my friends, the furnace is running. That means it's chainsaw season. So I've actually got this little Poulan 3816 chainsaw running great. It's an older model. The only reason why I know is because it calls for 40-to-1 fuel instead of 50-to-1 fuel mix. I've got everything running perfect, but I'm not happy with the carb kit I put into it. I put a Chinese carb kit in, and I'm going to put a Zama carb kit into this one. I actually went to a small engine dealer and bought that. Hard for me to do. And then also we have some major but minor small hose issues. So I have these, and then I went and ordered, because I had a hunch that all Tygon line comes from overseas anyway, 4 different sizes of Tygon line. Imagine that. And it's a real nice package because they're actually 4 really good different sizes there, right? So what I need is something with this is one of my old ones, with this inside diameter, and but a larger outside. So if I got that in this little package, I'll be happy. Yes. So we'll just put that off and I'll show you what's going on. This is plastic into clips, but I'm taking it apart. I'll make sure. Yep. There we go. Yay! Air filter. Pepper. Okay. Should I just start this up to make sure? But geez, that chain oil just goes everywhere, right? And look at that new old chain I put on there. Doesn't that look great? Just glides. No, I'm not going to start it up. But I am going to have to empty it out of fuel. Depends on how far I go. And this saw uses standard. And somebody said to me the other day that 8mm is the same as 5/16. But I don't believe it. So this is a 5/16. No slack at all. And this will be an 8mm and has a bit more slack. So no, an 8mm is slightly bigger than a 5/16. I'm going to just let the air pressure off. We might have to evacuate the fuel out of this anyway, right? Yes, sir, Bob. Stuff! I need stuff! Fuel dump. Oh, hello, Mrs. Pender. There you go. Mrs. Pender's just getting some groceries. I wonder if that's flare from the lens or if that's a flare from the light. Lens! Alright, my friends, let's take this carburetor off of here. Ah, see, that's the problem with when you use electric impacts. I don't think I screwed anything up, but wiring, it's got to come off. 1. I'm actually getting good at this thing now. 2. That should come. Oh, there's 1. It might even come off with the Torx. Yep. Good. Great. Put those 2 inside that. Choke lever comes off. Throttle lever comes off. I tell you, when you do this for the third or fourth time in a day or two, it really makes a difference. Good. Now I'm going to disconnect this fuel line, which I think should be wider. This is the fuel line from the gas tank. And this other line pulls gas through the carburetor and back to the tank. And it's the original one, eh? So we'll fix those later if they need fixing. You know what? That might be okay. Okay. So put saw down. On rag somewhere. Now, carb kit. I want to replace both the diaphragm, which is hard to get to, and the pump. So I got to take the carburetor apart. You can come in if you like. Two screws holds the double plate together. These are a pretty strange carburetor. They have two butterflies on the throttle side. One's a choke and one's a throttle. And I'll show you why I wanted to change this diaphragm. This is the original, pardon me, I'll start over. This is the original diaphragm that came with the carburetor. It runs good, it adjusts okay, it's just old. It's even not that crispy. But I'm doing this for a friend, right? I'm not going to adjust the level of the needle and seat. It's really good. And we'll take the other one off, maybe. I'll show you what's going on. It's picked up a little bit of dirt too. Okay, I'm just going to get some carb spray. Well, I'd better take that needle out of there. Good. Now I should be able. So lately I've been cleaning the screens in place. Watch this. Right? And then I get a little plastic brush like that, and I just go like that, and then I shoot through the screen again both directions. Whoop, wrong hole. That'll do. Now I'm going to get a little cup of gas so we don't wreck anything. Brand new 87 octane, no ethanol fuel. So just because I'm going to dip that one, I'm going to dip that one, I'm going to dip the needle because it's got a soft end, and I'm going to dip the carburetor too. Okay, new carb kit. Oh, first I'll show you the old diaphragm. Okay, we'll put this one up here with the spare parts. Now, if you'll notice, right there, there's a wrinkle. Not all the time, but if there is a wrinkle, it's going to be there. That's exactly where the gas is pulled through for the primer, right there. So when you prime it, the gas sucks through this hole. Watch this. I'm going to shoot some gas into the primer hole and you'll see it come out there. Are you looking? Yes, you are. Isn't that something? Now let's look at the pump and gasket. So it's still all right, but it's starting to develop that shape, right? So now we need some scissors. Any old telephone man will recognize these. I'm going to dump this into the tray, keeping it separated from the old parts. So first I'm going to compare, dump it in gas, keep the dust off of it, right? The diaphragm to the diaphragm. It's identical. On the pump side, which is what this one is, the diaphragm, oh there we go, the diaphragm goes down first, then the gasket, then the cover. See how that sits in there like that? Good. And one bolt holds this down. I'm just going to half snug it, give it a little wiggle, get the throttle out of the way, and then tighten it down all the way. And I'll even use a bigger screwdriver because this one's been torqued a few times. Good. Now, the other side. We got to put the needle and seat back in. Do we use the new needle and seat? I think we should try. What the heck, eh? Drop that once, drop that twice. I should be good now. Put the spring in the hole. Got a new spring too, and this is Zama products, so I should be all right, eh? Tool. Good. And it shoots off that side. We should be able to drop that baby right on top of that spring. Okay, I'm taking a risk doing this right in front of you. Man, I should close my eyes more often. Same as the other one. Now on the diaphragm side, you put the gasket down first. Isn't that weird? Okay. Sneaking up on it. Now, I'm sure some Walbros have 2 screws on their plates too, but I know a lot of Zamas only have 2. I can't say for Walbros. Good. Okay, I'm going to stop now and I'm going to pressure test this little carburetor. Okay, no leaks. Isn't that cool? So that is going to run like a top. And let's see, that goes on there like that, like that, like that, like that. And that fits on there nice. And it is this long. Yep. There's no external forces on this one. Okay, I need to get that bulb out of there. I hope I didn't wreck anything. Perfect. And same size of line onto there. It's coming. Good. And that goes onto there. Now I don't know if this is going to come out or go in or what. There it is. Ha ha! Is it coming? Didn't break it. Now this should just pull out. And I'll put a new one, just like it, and it should stick to the bulb good. Where'd the bulb go? So how much do you film, guys? So I got the carburetor back on. I've got all new lines. You can see nice new lines in there, and the air filter is down in the corner of the tank, right down in there. So that when you're cutting sideways like that, it still sucks fuel. I've got the throttle connected. Got the choke on. There isn't a lot left. There's an air filter, a cover, 2 bolts, and this cover right here. Am I missing any gaskets or anything? I don't think so. So here are the old lines. The worst one, of course, was the fuel line. We changed that out earlier. And then these were the 2 primer lines, or carburetor purge vessel lines. They're not bad, but I changed them out. And now we'll just slip these nuts on here like this. We'll take them up not too tight with this. And then not too tight with this. And then we'll finish it off doing it au manuel. Okay, we got choke, we got on. Do we have choke? Yep. Yep. Seems to look good. And I'm going to put that gasoline back in here now. And I might just filter it before I do. You know what? It looks really good. I'm going to just pour that fuel back in there like that. Put that gas cap on there. And I tested the duct bill in here too. Okay, this is a gas cap. This is important. These are called duct bills, and they let air into the tank, not out. And if you look right, I don't know if I can do this, man. If you look right in there, I'm going to squeeze that duct bill and it'll open up. Yeah, where are there? See that? And that lets air into and out of the tanks on these little 2-strokes. I've gotten so much more careful with my doer upper, screws her upper on plastic. Okay. Okay guys, I got this saw tuned great. Might have missed a few steps, but I'm just going to show you on the low speed jet. I'm going to put you on the ground, and when I turn the jet back, it increases in idle, and when I turn it out, it decreases in idle, just adding a little bit of extra fuel for when it needs it. So we'll just get you in focus here. Where are you? There it is. Let's start her up, and then I'll show you. Okay, I'm going to turn it in. You hear that increase idle? And then we'll turn it back out, and it takes a few seconds to recover. So let's go a full whine.